Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hobart begins now.
Good evening. An international credit rating service has downgraded Tasmania's economic outlook, highlighting growing debt in the state budget. The report from Moody's also raises concerns Tasmania's finances could plunge further into the red if future-proof policies aren't in place.
A concerning prospect for the state's finances. Ratings agency Moody's lowering Tasmania's outlook from stable to negative while reaffirming our AA2 credit rating.
It should send a shiver down the spine to Tasmanians.
Moody's warns if countermeasures aren't implemented, Tasmania will be left with a disastrous debt, one that could jump to 168% over the next 3 to 4 years and could lead to our credit rating being downgraded as well, claiming infrastructure projects such as the Macquarie Point Stadium is adding extra pressure to the state's coffers. The report states for a stable economic status, the debt to revenue ratio must be stabilised at levels below 133% by the end of the 2026 financial year. Labor going on the offensive, claiming it's a result of the state government's catastrophic mismanagement of the budget.
They are living on the credit card, and the credit card is going to have higher interest, which means less money available for other essential services.
But the government's confident it's rebuilding a pathway to surplus.
The fact is that our credit rating has been reaffirmed. We have been totally transparent with our budget.
Remaining adamant it is being responsible in its spending.
We are spending the money where we need to get our economy going, to grow more jobs and into more services like health.
Rebecca Gadaneris at 7 Tasmanian News.
2 people have been taken to hospital after they were left trapped in a car following a single vehicle crash in Cambridge. Emergency services rushed to the scene on the Tasman Highway this afternoon. The cause of the crash is still being determined, but police say their injuries are not believed to be life-threatening. A group of new doctors have chosen to begin their medical careers in Tasmania's public hospitals, providing a much-needed boost to the system. But the blame game continues when it comes to the closure of regional GP services, as our peak health body calls for politics to be left at the door.
A vital injection into our state's stretched public hospital system.
So I've been placed in ED as my first rotation, and I actually feel like I thrive in those high pressure environments.
This cohort is part of 75 new medical interns or first year doctors who've started their career this week.
They'll work alongside teams of really skilled clinicians, as well as provide them with the support systems for their further education and training.
But concerns about the number of GPs and closing clinics are more prevalent than ever after Richmond's Bridge Street Surgery announced its permanent closure at the end of next month. The state government maintaining it's already done more than its fair share.
The facts are the federal government is responsible for primary care, they are responsible for GP funding, they are responsible for Medicare.
The Liberal Party is in no position to lecture the Labor Party about health.
Our state's peak medical association calling for an end to the blame game and for both levels of government to invest more, backing a single funder model, which it says would lead to better investments. Our Health Minister maintaining that still falls federally.
I'd welcome them coming out with an announcement that they will fully fund the single employer model.
Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
The spirits glasses are ready to start flowing as Tasmanians cheers to another year of the Gin-uary festival. Thousands set to wander and taste their way around 25 of Tassie's best distilleries this weekend.
Preparations are well underway for Tassie's largest gin festival.
It is all Tasmanian spirits. So we have spirits here in the room that have won so many gold medals internationally.
PW1 full to the brim with 25 different stall holders offering samples of their best drops at the 8th Gin-uary installation. 2,000 people set to stop by across the weekend. For first-time stallholder Endangered Distilling Company, it's a great chance to introduce new customers to their unique offering.
Given that everything we do as a distillery centres around diverting food waste, the chats are really important because otherwise you're just another bottle on a shelf.
Other spirits also on offer, just as long as they originate from our island state.
We'll have some amazing vodkas, we'll have some rums. I think we've even got a few cheeky whiskies coming and definitely some of those great cocktails too.
This year, no variety of alcohol is off limits, with even bread vodka on the menu, which I've been told has notes of brioche.
It doesn't taste like bread, but you can definitely see where it's come from.
The first session gets underway tomorrow. Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmanian News.
With local footy now just months away, the NTFA has been busy nailing down the roster for its new look competition. Teams across 4 divisions will battle it out across the season with the return of some much-loved rivalries.
Going over the details in a new chapter for Northern Tasmanian footy. Season 2025 is set to be a doozy.
All of the clubs have really embraced this at all levels. They're even, I think, doing bigger and stronger pre-seasons.
Former Premier turned NTFA President Peter Gutwin backing the changes, saying it'll set the sport up for success in a crucial period.
The next 5 years for football in Tasmania are going to be the most important 5 years in the state's history.
The new roster keeps a traditional Good Friday favourite, but adds an Easter sweetener for footy-starved fans.
Division 1 and 2 will still have Easter off, but we're hoping that that will gain extra support to come along to the Premier League match.
Divisions 1 and 2 will share a gala grand final day, while the women's comp is getting a headline spot for its big dance.
By providing that opportunity of a Friday night grand final, I think it's going to be a great opportunity to showcase women's football here in the north.
Intrastate rivalries also seeing a much anticipated return.
I know as a young man and a boy, I used to come through the gates to see the best of the NTFA play the best of the south or the best of the northwest.
Nailing down the details has been a complex business as some clubs lose access to their grounds through the year.
Say for Bracknell, they can't play at home when Agfest is on.
But high-tech help has made the job easier.
Luckily this year, AFL Tasmania have invested in a brand new to market software program, and that's assisted greatly.
Kicking goals for the local competition. Annie Green, 7 Tasmanian News.
The Hobart Hurricanes continue to surge in the Big Bash, securing their 7th consecutive win last night in Queensland. The nail-biting clash wasn't without a little drama when a fire broke out in the stands.
Flames at the home ground of the Brisbane Heat.
There also looks to be a fire up near the DJ deck at the moment, which is a tad concerning.
Play paused for more than 10 minutes at the Gabba due to an electrical fire in the DJ booth as the Hurricanes were cruising in their surge at 0 for 47 after 4 overs in reply to the Heat's 6 for 201.
He looks as calm a customer as you've ever seen.
Has he got water or has he got the
It's a fire extinguisher, but I'd like a larger one, thanks.
But once smoke cleared, Caleb Jewell continuing to hit his straps, smashing 76 from 49 balls. Unlike in the stands, fielding from the reigning champs failed to fire.
Edged, dropped, also puts it down.
Matt Kuhneman will be in doubt for Australia's upcoming tour of Sri Lanka after suffering a nasty hit to his right thumb. Spencer Johnson a shining light for the home side, keeping the Purple Army's Tim David to only 11 runs, leaving the Hurricanes needing 13 off the final 6 balls from Xavier Bartlett. Matthew Wade putting his body on the line in the final over.
He'll have carpet burns, pitch burns all over him by the end of tonight if it means they secure victory.
With some gutsy play from Wade and Jake Doran, the scores were levelled, the Canes needing just 1 run off the final ball. But it was the retired Australian wicketkeeper who remained cool under pressure.
And Wade rips it away for 6. Jeez. They are the chasing specialists, the Hobart Hurricanes.
The 5-wicket win, a memorable one for the Canes debutant Marcus Bean, who notched up his first BBL wicket early in the clash. The Hurricanes securing the spot on top of the ladder with 1 game left to go before finals.
Despite a powerful surge in the second quarter, the New Zealand Breakers proved too strong for the Jack Jumpers, beating them by 10 points last night. Plagued with injuries, our squad relied heavily on guard Jordan Crawford, who had 26 points, including 3 of 6 from beyond the arc.
Gets into the paint, draws the foul. Can he get the and one? It's that type of night for Jordan Crawford.
It's sad news for Majuk Dang. Coach Scott Roth confirming the power forward season is likely over after injuring his ankle at training. Tasmanian cyclist Felicity Wilson-Hafferden was involved in a large crash in the peloton at the Women's Tour Down Under with 56 k's to go in the race. The rising star finishing 75th as Dutch rider Danique Henschveld won Stage 1. She claims her first World Tour stage win after a horrible crash that caused multiple fractures and a 7-month recovery last year.
Good evening and happy Friday to you. Hobart 19 degrees today. Launceston warmed up to 26, that was the state's high. Devonport 23 and Burnie 21. Just on or below average the numbers today. Smithton reached 24, Lowhead and Bushy Park 23, Flinders Island and Friendly Beaches 22, King Island, St Helens and Strawn all 21, Lyawini a chilly 1 overnight. Cloud today over the east and northeast with mostly clear skies for the rest of Tasmania. Thick cloud is over the tropics and the far west coast. More is over northern New South Wales and southern Queensland. That about sums it up. Tomorrow a low deepens off the Pilbara coast as a high positions just to our southeast. Troughs to the north and west. Winds tomorrow will tend east-northeasterly during the afternoon, getting up to 30 knots over northern waters, 5 to 10 knots over the inland lakes. Strong wind warning has been issued in the northwest there between Sandy Cape and Stanley. Hobart for Saturday, mostly sunny and 23, 25 for Maydena, pretty good for Oatlands as well, 6 overnight, 23 the maximum. Launceston 27, fine and sunny, mostly sunny for Devonport, 22 the top, 21 for Lyawini. Burnie expecting 21, a mostly sunny day, sunny for Strawn, 24 the high and 22 for Marrawar. And along the east coast, fine, bit of cloud about, St Helens 21 along with Orford, Swansea a top of 22. On Sunday, a fine, mostly sunny day after morning valley fog. Fine again on Monday, some extra cloud and afternoon coastal sea breezes. And on Tuesday, fine and sunny again with light winds, maybe a shower though over the southwest. Sunny and warm conditions for Perth, Adelaide and Melbourne tomorrow. Fine in Canberra, however showers on the way for Sydney and Brisbane. Clear over Hobart, cooling down to 15 right now, 21 in Launceston currently and 19 in Devonport. You have a nice weekend, Louise, and there's a rumour going around you're back on Monday night, so if I remember to turn up, I'll see you then.
I will see you then, if you have a good weekend too.